Leinster has a huge weakness that the Bulls can exploit. No, I promise this is not clickbait. It's a problem that I've mentioned before numerous times on the channel. My hope is that throughout this video, as a Leinster fan, I can maybe inspire some fear and some dread for this weekend. As a Bulls fan, I can inspire some hope and some excitement for this weekend before ultimately being crushed because we don't have our star players. So let's get into it. What is this weakness? It's Jacques Nienaber. He is an amazing World Cup winning coach that has taken the Springboks to new heights with his defensive system. And he's brought that over to Leinster in hopes of taking their defense to a whole new level. But unfortunately, his defensive system is highly technical. And Leinster still has many problems while trying to implement it. The system is based on the outside defenders shooting up or drifting, with a key focus on shutting down the attack, not necessarily completing tackles. It is very aggressive in nature, and it requires some exceptional decision making from the outside defenders. As such, it is a system that requires time to learn. And Jacques has only been there for a little while, and it's still taking them some time to find their feet in this defensive system. There are really two areas where the Bulls can exploit Leinster in their defense. The first is in the defensive line itself, and the second is in the space that is left behind. We can see in this example against Ulster just how disconnected Leinster can become and how much space there could be to exploit. The Bulls have exceptional midfield attacking threats that are very mature in their decision making, especially with Willie at the back, who is known as the assist king. That's what he does. He's so good at assisting tries. So if Leinster aren't absolutely on point, it could cause a lot of problems for them. The Bulls also aren't strangers to really attacking from deeper. They've done this a lot. We've seen them play out of their own half, attacking from deep a lot. And like I said, their decision making is going to have to be on point on where to shut down the attack so that they don't get found out. The Bulls also have some exceptional strike plays. They're extremely good in that area as well. The second area is their vulnerability to kicks, specifically attacking kicks. Because the outside defenders are so aggressive, it puts a lot of strain on their backfield defense. And as a result, it can create a lot of space for more shorter range kicks for the wingers. A perfect example is this try from Zebre, who themselves are not really a good attacking or a kicking team, but you can just see how much space there is left to exploit for them. It gives them a lot of time on the ball, and it can be very easy to put their outside attackers into space. There will undoubtedly be a lot of opportunities for the Bulls to exploit, a lot of space for them to exploit. The problem is because it's so aggressive, they don't have a lot of time on the ball. That's the whole thing. If Leinster's defense is accurate, then you require superhuman decision making from your opponents, in order to be found out. The defensive system is basically impossible to play against if it works. The Bulls are really good at attacking. They are first for tries scored with 88, second for offloads with 183, and third for meters gained with 7,608. They are also a team that is known for creating a lot of opportunities. The problem is because it's so high risk in nature, they tend to make a lot of mistakes. Like with any playoff game, it's going to be determined by which teams show up. A great analogy for both of these teams is what happens if an unstoppable force like the Bulls meets an immovable object like Leinster. If both of them are on song, it can really go either way. A massive key in this game is going to be Willie Leroux, in my opinion. Not just his attacking game, which is very solid, but his kicking game probably more so. He had an exceptional game off the boot against Benetton in the quarterfinals, and Leinster are a very territorially dominant team. there will be opportunities for him to exploit that backfield space that Leinster leaves open. It's just, can he be effective enough to actually take advantage of it? But there is a massive caveat to all of this, and that is that there's no Curtly Arendse and there's no Canan Moodie for the Bulls. That is an absolutely massive blow for them. Because I've seen some people make the argument that Leinster are without Ringrose and without Keenan, but you replace Ringrose with Henshaw and you replace Keenan with Jimmy O'Brien. It's not like the quality goes down massively, whereas for the Bulls, you replace Curtly Arendse with, I don't know, Sebastian de Klerk, and you replace Canan Moodie with Sergio Peterson. Those players are very good. I don't want to make it sound like they're bad players or anything. They're professional rugby players, but still, you go from absolutely world-class to players that might not be on the international level, which might be required for this game. Especially Curtly Arendse, who, if there's one player that you want in space who can exploit that space left behind by Leinster, it's him. He is probably the best attacking winger in the world right now, and it might legitimately be 1 or 2 tries left out there because he's not there. Because of that, and I'd love to hear your opinion specifically as a Leinster fan, are Leinster still the favourites for this game? I think they might still be. They are away, but they looked absolutely exceptional in their quarterfinal. To beat Ulster by 23 points, that's not easy. Whereas the Bulls really struggled against Benetton, and they made some very basic errors. Hopefully that was just some jitteriness and that'll be away this weekend, but I don't know. I think Leinster are in the better form at the moment, and their squad is a whole lot more healthy. Anyways, thank you for watching. I'd love to hear your thoughts. What do you think? What's your prediction for this game? Like I said, I think that Leinster are probably going to edge it. I hope that it's not a blowout. I hope that it's high speed and entertaining and, yeah, just a competitive game. Cheers, guys.